Alrighty. Well, I think it's a good time to get started. Delayed it long enough. Um, welcome. Welcome to something that's kind of been a, a dream for more than one person for quite a while. A Master Sword Splice. And I have here today a very special guest who, truthfully, was more or less the inspiration behind the project anyway. Mr. Jake Numbers, if he's here. He might be AFK. Oh no, he's AFK. Well, we'll have to introduce him again in a second. Ping him. Maybe he's muted, I don't know. He's definitely here. I've heard him talk. He's real, I swear. No, I can't hear you. That's bizarre. Yeah, I can't hear you at the moment. He'll be back.
Test one, two.
We hear you.
Oh,
Yay!
that explains why you've been ignoring me for the last 20 minutes.
Dang it.
Yeah.
Oh man, I knew that was weird. Oh, I'm so sorry. I should have known something was up.
Now I should have figured it out as well. Well,
Well,
thank you for
yeah, go ahead. Absolutely.
thanks for that kind introduction, and honestly, it is a pleasure to be part of this. Me and Owase, it was back in like summer of 2018 that started scheming a Master Sword splice of some sort, and we kind of took the long, slow approach. And when you do that, trying to be optimal, kind of the goal becomes a bit of a moving target, and we never quite we're able to finish it up. But while we're working on it, Dom, you started coming out with your NMG splice, and you've really captured the spirit of what we were going for, of just grinding rooms to kind of the upper limit, beating all the times on Strat Hub. You definitely captured the spirit of what we're doing, and so to kind of see that energy get converted into a Master Sword run, yeah, it is a fantastic final product, and I'm glad that me and Owase could kind of be part of that process and be some of the inspiration and have your work kind of give some closure to all the hours that we put into it.
Yeah. It was actually really funny. When I decided to do this, it was actually after Airy bopped the record. It was like a three-way tie at 137 for about a
Mm.
year, and then I think the first 137 was a year or even two before that, and then Airy bopped it with the 2136. And I was just kind of like, yeah, I mean, I'm kind of past my prime at this point. Let's just have one final contribution to Master Sword, and I wanted to make sure that you guys are a part of it, just because this is kind of more your baby than mine. This is a big project for you guys. I don't have any. Jake, are you a mod? I don't think. I think I have
I'm
you as
on
a,
it.
on my channel.
Yeah, I'm on it.
Okay. Um. Perfect. Man, that really works out. It's awesome. You get to hear this and lie. Oh, I'm clipping crap. Dang it.
I got you back.
Hell yeah. Man, I'm clipping again. I'm just too excited. I gotta turn myself down. But anyway, yeah. So it just felt right to kind of find a way of incorporating you guys. This is a very special splice, guys. Want to be famous too? Hey, Squiddo, you're famous. Eddie does have it now. Yes, just to let everyone know, Eddie has even beaten that at this point. That's when I first kind of came up with it, and then Eddie's just been on a roll. Um, Eddie, Dark Mind Demon, excuse me. What is he now? I don't. Cooley has a
Man,
2134, and honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets um like a low 21 3x sometime this year. He seems to still be kind of grinding this out. 21 2x being humanly possible for sure, but it's just basically perfect RNG you're grinding for. But anyway,
If I if I recall correctly, the new world record he got actually has a 3 cycle landmo, so
yeah, yeah, it
some room for
does.
improvement.
Um, he I don't think he's even said he's never gotten a 2 cycle in any of these PBs. They've all been quick threes. Quick threes are oftentimes only maybe like 2 seconds slower. I mean, a lot of times your Lambo is going to be like a 20-second Lambo, unless you get the God, you know, the God RNG. But you can actually get 21, 22-second 3 cycle Lambos if it's, you kill the third head immediately upon it spawning.
Mm.
His 2137 had that. It was actually a very, very fast three, like a 21-second 3 cycle fight. So he only really lost like a second over the world record on Lammo. But if he ever gets that
Dang.
2 cycle RNG, yeah, the record's going to get smashed. And 3 seconds is basically smashing the record.
Oh yeah,
But
especially
yeah.
for this category.
Oh yeah. But we're going to crush it a heck of a lot more than 3 seconds today. So I'm going to start the countdown, and we are going to enjoy some Master Sword. Are you ready, Jake?
I'm ready. Let's do this.
Alrighty. 3, 2, 1.
And I think the new record kind of shows what's so fun about this category is because it's so short, there's just so much pressure to really optimize it. And that's what makes this splice so enjoyable to me.
Yeah, actually, this splice. So, I had a new computer. So what's funny is I did obviously use a lot of DOM splice. So I wasn't going to reinvent the wheel here. But you will notice the new footage because it just looks better. I had better settings. um, so that starts as early as escape. From here, literally to Uncle is just DOM splice. I literally just cut DOM splice from here. I did have to redo like music and stuff like that, but this is all part of the NMG footage that I did almost a little over a year ago, I think, at this point. And this screen is the very first difference. I wanted to feature Owase and Jake's work whenever they beat me. So I created a little picture-in-picture that shows you all the times that beat what's a part of this footage that Jake and Owase did. So you can see the timing. Some of them are only a frame or two off. Some of them are quite large. You can see side by side how they executed it versus how I executed it.
Yeah, and when me and Owase originally were doing our work, we smashed pretty much all the times on Strat Hub pretty quickly. And as soon as DOM Splice came in, you were matching us or beating us by within 2 or 3 frames almost every screen. It's pretty impressive to see.
Like this screen? Not like this screen.
No, this is... Yeah, I don't understand it. I never will.
Yeah,
I put so many hours into trying to replicate that, and...
I couldn't either. I gave up.
Yeah, one of the reasons I was so glad to be working with Owase is his movement is fantastic, and I'm not sure anyone on the planet can pump quite like that guy. And he was just a godsend for screens like this.
Yeah. When it comes to pumping, I had a very difficult time. A couple of screens back before Stealth Room, I found some techniques. Actually, apparently WQ had them as well. This hover pumping idea where you do the hover mashing on the D-pad in order to pump quickly, and I did that in the ball pit or whatever, pit 2, whatever, basement pit 2 down, to get crazy times. But other than that, Owase, yeah, I mean, he's just so good at pumping. Bonkers how good at pumping is.
Speaking of so good, this screen might be your magnum opus.
Yeah.
It is so freaking clean.
Yeah, it was so funny because my pumping, again, is not as good as Owase. I almost wish I can give him the controller right about now so that he can just crush out another 5 to 10 frames because that's how fast he's pumping. But yeah, that's probably my best screen ever, actually. Truthfully. I believe it is.
But yeah, that hover pumping technique you're talking about, it's definitely a try-hard strat, but dang, the results it gets are just unbelievable, man. It really is crazy.
Yeah, you see it in Eastern Palace as well. You can do that B and C approach as long as you don't do it when he goes all the way down. Because at least with that particular RNG, you should not do it. Because yeah, you can aggro the guard. And then he'll run at you while you're killing B and C. And your run might die. If you're doing at least a Master Sword run at full record level. So yeah, thanks. I forgot. I guess I should still point out things that you shouldn't do. Yeah, don't do that.
There are a lot of things in this Splice that should not be tried at home.
Oh yeah, definitely. This is very try-hard. This is a little more try-hard than the NMG. And NMG, I kind of kept it a little safer, a little cleaner, but I did throw in some corrupt crap here.
This screen, it shocked me how insanely hard it is to optimize. I had no idea what I was getting into on Throne Room.
Oh yeah, there's a lot that goes into Throne Room. Obviously, we have the staircase pumping, which wasn't really a thing, or stair lag cancel, which really wasn't a thing when you guys were grinding it out. But Pincus, I think, had a better time. I think he had like a 16-15. And then
and there's also some like lag RNG depending on the guard placement in the previous room. It's so stupid.
Oh yeah, there's that, and then there's like where you're. Also, the hover pumping is very effective on this screen, but not very effective on this screen for some reason.
Oh, interesting.
Couldn't figure out why, but I got pinged by. I don't remember if it was Moogle or Parkour Chicken that beat my time considerably doing the hover pumping. I think it was Moogle. So I tried it out, and then I was like, wow.
I'm still a little disappointed in you for not going for my key rat there. All those frames wasted.
It's just too hard. Too hard, man.
Get good. It's worth it for the frames.
I know. But the thing is, I also didn't want to beat it because I needed that video of you in that bottom left corner. Because that was, when I first saw that, I was like, wow, what a meme lord. What a meme lord.
If only my best strats weren't meme strats.
You have some not meme ones, I think. Actually, maybe not. I don't know.
That's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
There's too many memes.
So Sanctuary, I actually had to re-grind out Sanctuary, which stinks, especially because I have to re-edit Sanctuary. Unfortunately, the practice hack does not actually show rat frames, so I have to frame by frame edit it side by side to what actually occurs on the vanilla cart. I will say with that screen right there, that's as safe as you can play it. I purposely got the worst guard RNG. If you just try to go right, that guard can quick aggro and poke you. So I did at least want to showcase that. And yes, 69 nice. That was actually intentional, by the way. I'm not even kidding. I actually grinded out the frames to get to 69.
That is amazing. Yeah, this overworld, all of that manual stair lag cancel, that was discovered while me and Oase were grinding. I think we're in desert at that point, and so we had so many screens to go back and redo to get rid of that.
I don't.
Oh, and there you just pumped away that Scrivo frame. Who needs a boomerang when you can pump like a god? Yeah,
that was like his only contribution. Felt so bad when I found out that you could just outpump it. I mean, don't get me wrong, they honestly turn out to be roughly the same.
Yeah, I think they pretty much tie.
Yeah, FSG I think swears that you can save a frame or two over pumping, and maybe you can depending on the player. But tough to say.
That Stalfo spawn was gorgeous. I don't know how long I grinded that room. You can see that 609. I'm proud of you, Dom. You are a master of this game.
I went from 614 to 609. I remember that room like it was yesterday. I don't understand This is really cool. This is really cool.
By not going all the way to that right wall, you can boom and diagonal up and actually save a frame there. And I don't know why, but for whatever reason, that was one of the coolest finds. A room that was kind of commonly thought to be optimized. There was that little frame hanging out in there.
And unfortunately with Dom Splice, with MasterSplice, because I was using a lot of MasterSplice footage, I did not get the magic drop there. Honestly, I think it would have saved even in MasterSplice. But I featured both the dark room and the keypot room because Jake did get that, and that would theoretically save up to 16 frames at the magic refill in Armos. It doesn't change the end time, so that's why I'm not sad about it. But faster.
Yeah, and grinding that screen to not only get a good time, but also get it with the drop where you can grab it, that was the biggest pain in the butt.
Alright, so this is super exciting. This was actually all redone last minute. Get ready for the most try-hard arrow strats. Hell yeah, guys. This is...
Oh, look at that time save.
Oh, yeah.
So many frames saved.
Who needs to win the 12%, or at least not lose the 12%, when you're forced to win the 12%? Hell yeah.
Then not only do you get the drop here, but that bottom left, 6:11, that is an ungodly time. I don't know how you did that.
Yeah, I think I was very surprised. I was just trying to tie you. I think I went from 6:13 to 6:11 there, and then I was like, all right, I'm done. Never doing this room again.
I sunk countless hours into that. I don't know how 6:11 is humanly possible.
Well, I don't know how, 13 3x Armos is possible. You're just inventing strats. It's literally...
All you gotta do is you gotta do the strat. Only one person does the strat. Their best time with it is 3x.
Yeah.
You could have it too.
I can't wait for Eddie. Really should. Does Eddie know about it? He should try.
He
it.
does. He's tried to pick it up a couple times and then kind of gave up on it because he didn't like it. And I understand why he didn't like it. But no, in the hands of an actual speedrunner, and there's so many people better at Armos than me, I'm confident they can take that time down lower. We just need someone brave enough to tackle it.
Yeah, I can't do it. I'm a masher, and actually it's unfortunate because I still, even in my NMG, my Master Sword runs, I fail Armos because of inconsistent arrow timings. It can actually really screw up with the fight. It's just, it actually is a pretty tough fight. So this whole sequence is really interesting. I had to redo like chunks of it, and you can tell because again the screens, you can see the settings are a little different. Obviously this is all part of MasterSplice, but I had to redo basically every save and quit room, and funny enough they all suck. So this is a hard room that I now have to get a good save and quit. And then with Sanctuary and Sarhashala, they're really long mash rooms with a lot of possible idle frames that I need a really good save and quit. And boy, is it not fun. These rooms were just exhausting to pull off. Fun find, hopping is 1 frame faster over dashing, even optimally. So the quick hop is actually the way to go there.
Yeah, it definitely is. Yeah, I honestly am kind of surprised how hard a lot of these screens were to optimize. I kind of figured overworld, you have boots, you're done. Just dashes now. You get the frame perfect dash, you're fine. And these slopes ruin your life.
Oh yeah.
Trying to get all the good slope dashes was just no thank you.
Not doing 1-up damn screen. No, I didn't like that. I thought that was kind of mean. Keep in mind that I think that was MasterSplice footage too. I thought that was a silly strat. I guess I could have done it.
Yeah, and then here we kind of feature, I think it was the walk strat, where you can still grab those arrows and save a couple frames.
This is actually kind of a cool thing. Believe it or not, the timing works out perfectly there to do that, and it's really easy to do. I was trying to tie the 510, and I'm glad I accomplished it, because the footage that Jake had was lost. I want to kind of tie it. I know that Greenham got it, but I was trying to feature just us 3. Nothing personal.
Maybe a little personal. Who knows?
A little personal. Also, this is the bottom left corner is a really fun FSG strat. Don't do it. It's more for tempered. It works great with tempered. With fighter, it's stupid, but it's fast.
And that chest turn, I've seen it 100 times, but it's sexy every single time.
Yeah, I was forced to do it because Dory did it. I wanted to tire. So I
Man,
think we
we need to
actually
get
tied.
Dory back.
Oh, this
She
whole
is.
sequence. Yeah,
Oh,
she's so good. Obviously my
yeah.
arrows are wrong, by the way, because I'm using a lot of Dom Splice footage. The arrows right here are, I believe, accurate, but they quickly are no longer accurate the rest of the run. Also, double fireball here. I don't think anyone's ever seen it. Super sick.
But the cool thing is that arrow count actually works. You can skip that pot and be just fine if you're good at the game.
You need to be pretty damn good. I honestly think Master Sword at Eddie's level at this point, if you could probably go for it, because like your run's basically dead if you miss 2 arrows anyway.
That's pretty fair. You're going for the world record. It definitely is on the table.
And you can't be missing arrows. Missing arrows on Lamb is very punishing.
Well, this was fun.
Yeah, that bottom
Oh.
left screen. Woo.
So I have found with that, if you notice in the video, I actually nudge the statue. If you get a clean dash, it's a little too quick, and that top popo doesn't have time to get down.
That makes
nudge
sense.
gives him. That nudge just gives him enough time for it to work out.
That makes sense. Yeah, I only tried it a little bit, and I think I was always too quick, so I didn't know the secret sauce. But even then, tying that would be brutal.
Yeah, grinding the RNG was another large time sink.
Obviously, I threw in the 1 cycle, but I feel like it was a little bit cheating, because it kind of is. I lock RNG to do this. But I wanted to showcase Awase, who also happens to have the highest not RNG locked, or the lowest not RNG lock time, which is a sub 17.
And when we were grinding out Whammo for this, it was actually before that 1 cycle was discovered. If we realized it, that would have made our lives a lot easier.
Yeah, I was actually Discording with Awase while we were doing it.
Nice.
He was just like, you better not get it before I come home, because he was coming back from work, and I got it. I think he just didn't go for it. Yeah, so how that works, I guess I should explain how that works. I originally thought it was like emulator lag, but then when I was grinding out Lammo 2, and I'll let you talk about that in a second, Jake, this room. Actually, go ahead and talk about this room.
Oh, yeah. Me and Dom were just talking about, he got the 849 here, and that's the best time I've seen on that screen, and that was my personal goal that I never attained. So, shoutouts to Dom for yet again being a god at the game.
You got like an 850, right? I think you were very close.
Yeah, I lost my old time. It was a low 850. I've gotten like an 853 recently grinding it, but yeah, never was able to get the 49. Arrowing the pickle, it saves all the lag. You will never have lag issues.
Yeah.
It's so freaking clean.
Quickly back on the Lammo. How the Lammo works is if they are 2 Lammos are dying at the same time and they're exploding at the same time, you get massive lag reduction. And that's what ends up happening in Awase's sub 17. He kills 2 around the same time. They start exploding around the same time, and he saves like 10 to 20 lag frames. On Lammo 2, I saved more like 30 or 40 lag frames. But yeah, it is it's a neat find for sure. And Death Mountain, super fun, obviously.
Obviously. I was not willing to touch it. That's literally why I like tag teamed with Awase. It's like, you take those screens, I'll get all the execution heavy stuff. And then he still kicked butt in the execution heavy stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, this key grab. Watch this key grab. Ooh, so good.
Yeah, I think Doom Tap has beaten it, but I think it's all lag. I think that room is almost humanly maxed out. Briefly, I've never seen someone get more.
It's beautiful.
What's more beautiful is how tryhard you are on this screen. You even came back from retirement just to give me this brand new footage.
Yeah, I think I did a couple screens like that for you where we didn't have the footage or never finished it.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, in Tile Room, you can actually basically kill the penultimate tile a little bit early. And it is a frame perfect trick, and it's also frame rule dependent, which means it's frame perfect and it'll still fail 3/4 of the time, even if you get the frame perfect trick. but it saves a buttload of time.
And
And the
honestly,
cool
I
thing
love the
is,
follow up. The boom
yeah,
strat there is just sick.
that's one of my favorites. I've never seen anyone else do it. I don't know if it's original, but boy, it's fun.
Oh, ACM's gotten it. It's really cool. I really like it.
Yeah. I don't know if he still does or if he even still touches the game, but for a while ACM was going for it. Oh, here's a strat straight out of ATTP for HTTM.
It's a shame that channel's gone. I ended up just using my Dom Splice footage because I couldn't beat it. Like, 916 is kind of good. Even though I got the bomb, I tried skipping the bomb, but I wonder if moving cardinally gets me to the pit faster, so I get my movement speed back faster. I don't know. I just could never beat it. I tied 916. I couldn't.
It's hard to get any lower than that using real strats.
Oh man, Moldorm. Can't believe we're already here. This category is too short. So you grind it out.
Flies by.
This boss is really, honestly, if you ever try harder in these runs, this guy's such a gatekeeper. I've had world records die to him before. Tough boss,
Yeah.
easy to get screwed over even with RNG. If he goes, top left, runs practically over at the world record level.
And you were telling me earlier, this screen is kind of like the one exception in this splice, isn't it?
It is. We haven't finished the run yet, but up until now, we had showcased either between the main screen or the Awase Jake cam fastest room times ever accomplished by a human, ever, except Moldorm, where Blunt has a 1 frame faster time than me. But every other room, we beat.
That man truly knows how to roll deep.
He just did it in practice too. There's no video or anything. He just loads up Moldorm and fastest time ever. This is a fun screen. This is the last hard screen for me to grind.
I grinded this a little, and it is the biggest pain in the butt because there's so many redashes, so much tight movement, and you just have this beautiful, clean finish for the run. I absolutely love that.
Yeah. So final time was a 2052 .47 or just a 2052. But as I said previously, the run showcased the fastest room times between the two of us. So if I were to have spliced in Jake and Owase's footage, the final time would be a 2049, which is probably it's almost certainly the final second barrier, or a 10-second barrier, a 24x if you were to at least theory splice it. I'm pretty darn confident that it's impossible to do better than that.
Yeah, I could think of a couple of screens where maybe there's another frame or two to save, but there aren't that many left at this point.
No, even if you do all of the meme strats, obviously if you're a machine, literally a task,
But
you might save the pumps.
What if you skip the boomerang? Can't you save some time that way?
I almost forgot about this. No, you can't. You cannot.
Really?
No, you can't.
Do tell.
Yeah, I absolutely will. This will be an ongoing debate. I know FSG just fully believes you can save time skipping the boom. You absolutely cannot. At least in a task or theory task environment. The boomerang just saves way too much time. It saves like 20 frames on B and C. Jake's key rat's 40. The whole room's only 80 frames faster to skip the boom to begin with. And by escape, we save 70 with boom, let alone booming the Armo statue, booming various things in Eastern, like the Popo. Hera Lobby 2 saves like 12 frames. It's just, you skipping boom, at least as a task, even a theory task loses time. It is not faster at all. Not even close. It's like a second slower,
man.
actually.
Shucks.
Yeah. So we did investigate that. It's not even close. Maybe it works RTA, but truthfully, even RTA wouldn't want to do it. I mean, like the boom's just so strong through Eastern.
Well, aren't there like more walls that we can hug to reduce lag? Is that a thing too? Maybe, maybe.
Hug walls to really. Oh yeah,
Oh,
I forget where that works. Isn't that
uh,
like a lever thing in Swamp?
there's some places, but no, it's that's more of a meme than anything.
Oh, okay. I know that it works a little bit in some places. Like they actually showed that in the lever room in Swamp, as the water's going down, if you didn't kill the red staffos, and grab the wall and it saves like 12 frames.
Yeah, there's a handful of screens where it's a thing, but not really in Master Sword.
Yeah, honestly, Josh, I'm kind of done. I'm probably not going to do any more. Um, hell, I might not even do any more Link to the Past. To be honest with you, I have a kid now, and everything's just time consuming, and everyone's getting so good. It's kind of like, how do I even contribute or compare? um, but yeah, I'm super glad that I was able to uh, persuade you to help with this little Jake, because I mean I really do feel like I felt kind of wrong to do this alone, and I'm glad we managed to also sync up our schedules to do the commentary, because this, like I said, really was yours and Owase's uh like idea, and
Mm.
I really just kind of feel more like of a medium, like through me everything is able to um kind of actually
Yeah.
happen, I guess. But I mean, it's not. I don't feel like this is uh, a Dom project. This very much so is a Jake Awase Dom project.
Well, we put in just an absolutely insane amount of hours into grinding out a lot of these screens,
Yeah,
and if it wasn't for you, they would have just kind of sat in limbo for just about ever.
yeah,
Uh, yeah. So one, you absolutely were kind of a conduit to help give our work a place, give it some closure. But on the other hand, this is a masterpiece, man. If this is where your career in A Link to the Past ends, it's a good note to end on. It
yeah.
is.
I might fire it
I
up here and
challenge,
there, but
yeah, but I challenge anyone to single-handedly try to beat the times that you put down. It is truly, yeah, it's got an unrivaled feat at this point. You've just optimized this game to a ridiculous degree. So
yeah,
thanks for letting us be part of it, allowing our work to have a place. Yeah, just want to give a quick shout out to Owase. When I started wanting to do a Master Sword splice, there was no way I could do some of those movement rooms myself. And when he was interested, I was just going to kind of use him as like my mule to do all the pumping, and then I could do everything else. And that boy just shredded screen after screen, movement screens, pumping screens, and then a lot of execution screens. He just showed that he was hugely underrated in the community, and he's brilliant at this game. The amount of talent he has, it was just a huge blessing to be able to work with him on that. And so I thank you that you were able to take some of my meme screens, some of his crazy accomplishments, and give them a home.
yeah. Well, I'll say
They're going
really
to be really
is.
happy here.
I'll say probably actually is. I'm not even gonna say probably. I think hands down is like the most underrated player in the community. Not trying to like call out anybody on this, but he's a 124 runner who regularly gets 0 viewers. I just think is wrong. He's a great guy to chat with and everything, and he's immense at this game. And it's a shame that he kind of wanted to stay in the back end. I was really hoping he'd want to also commentate, but I
Mm.
think he's watching. We love you, Ase. You really are a beast, and
Oh,
you know,
yeah, if he's
just
watching, much love, bro. And I'm sure he's going to continue to destroy this game for years to come.
absolutely. All right. Well, everyone, I appreciate the everyone. The last minute announcement on the Discord and for the people who showed. Obviously, I'm going to highlight this I forgot to hit the local record button, so I guess I'll just have to download the VOD and put it on YouTube. If you go to my um, StratHub account, there's a link to the Google Drive that I host all of my Splice stuff, which includes the music, my spreadsheets, and both Splice and MasterSplice if you want to download the uncompressed files for your own reference. And I have an unlisted video on YouTube, which I will make public as soon as I get off the stream, which I will also link in the Discord. Jake, it was an absolute pleasure. Um, you know, super fun. I'm glad we did this.
Well, thanks for thinking of me, Dom. It has been just an absolute delight to be part of all this. So thank you.
And thank you for everyone viewing. And I hope you all have a great rest of your day, great weekend, and everyone stay safe. I know it's kind of crazy out there. Thanks, Greenham. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.